Hey, welcome back to Wrenchie. Today we're going to do another installation of our back to basics maintenance. A couple of you have asked for, and I sort of promised for, a fairing removal and replacement video. So I actually have some fasteners that were missing from my fairing last time I took it off, so good reason to take it off now, put those fasteners back on, show you how to do removal and replacement. So without further ado, let's get wrenching. All right, moving and replacing the fairings are a necessary evil for any kind of major maintenance, even some minor maintenances on the bike. It's kind of scary if you haven't done it at first. I know it was scary for me. The fairings are super expensive, so you don't want to break them, and I get it. So today I'm going to show you how to take it off, put it back on, and this is going to be on the Ninja 1000 2012 Ninja 1000. It is the same process and exactly the same, I think, for 2011 through 2016 for sure. It may have changed slightly in 17, but I don't know that. There's 3 bolts on the left side that hold on the fairing, one here at the top and 2 down at the bottom here. Those need to come out. Up inside the fairing, there's these tabs, these fasteners, and they're held in, they hold the inner fairing to the outer fairing. Inner fairing to outer fairing. You got to remove these. There's 2 here. There's 1 in the back, up top. There's 1 in the bottom. You remove them by taking a stubby little screwdriver, pressing in the middle. You see there's a sleeve and a pin, and they simply go together like that. And when you put them in, like that into the fairing, and then you simply press the pin in and it locks it into the fairing. I would also recommend buying a bag of replacements because these things tend to crack and split and you're always replacing them. Okay, you need to take off the upper cowl fairing, and there's 4 bolts that hold it on, 2 on each side. And I think it's a 4 mil hex that you'll need to take those off. And once the bolts are out, you can take the fairing out from under the windshield behind the handlebars. And note there's these tabs on the front there that you'll need to just press in to unlock it from the rest of the front fairing. Now underneath the bike, there's a couple of fasteners, one in the front and one underneath. They hold the 2 sides of the fairing together. I sort of pinch them there down below. There's a pin in the middle of them, much like the ones inside the fairing, inner fairing. Just simply pull that, pry that inner part of the connector out, and then the whole thing just pops out. So you do it for the front, and you'll do it for the one underneath. This is that connector we just removed, and you can see the center portion there that goes in, but you can also see the pedals here are bent. You want to order a bunch more of these. These break all the time as well. And then go ahead and take out that lower connector as well, and you'll see the 2 fairing halves separate nicely. There's two pins that go into the tank and held in by grommets there, rubber, and these just pull out, just like that. The fairing's now held down with two tabs in the upper fairing and a lower fairing. And those tabs, you need to remove it, you need to slide the fairing backwards, and then slightly out, and then down. So backwards, and slightly out, and boom, we're out. Now simply disconnect the turn indicator from the harness, and the fairing will be free. Here's a better look at those grommets that hold the pins from the fairing in. Here's those pins that go in there. These are where those tabs go that are up on the upper fairing, and so you can see when the fairing is all the way in, it's in here and the tabs are on this side. That's why you have to pull back, so the tabs are now aligned here, so you can get them out. Just popping in my replacement grommet that had fallen out. It's a brand new one, so a little stiff. Now the other side is the same. You've got just one bolt here, one bolt here. You still got the two pins, you still got the two tabs, but you also have the heat shield. And the heat shield is held on with one bolt here, and then rubber, this bracket right here has a rubber grommet or a rubber fastener here and here to hold this heat shield onto the bike. So we'll take this bolt off and then pull the heat shield out, and then we'll take this bolt off and this bolt off, and the thing comes right back off just like the other side. Reassembly is pretty easy. Just take the connector from the turn signal and hook it onto the harness from which it came. Then you need to get the tabs and the holes lined up so that the tabs go into those large openings, and then slide the whole thing forward and you're good to go. Then just press the fairing into the tank with those two pins, and that'll hold the fairing on while you put on the rest of the connectors. Okay, there you go. Quick tutorial on removing and replacing your fairings. Again, both sides are the same except for the right side with the heat shield and that's just one more bolt and a couple of little rubber bushings to keep it in. Other than that, it's exactly the same. The trickiest part, again, is those front tabs. If you don't slide it backwards, I mean, that's the secret. If you don't slide it backwards, you'll snap the tabs off. And if you snap the tab off, take a deep breath, relax. It's not the end of the world. The fairings still stay on. They still stay on correctly. There's no problem. Those tabs hold it nice and tight up against the headlight housing part of the fairing, and other than that, maybe you'll have a little slightly larger gap, but relax, it's not the end of the world. You don't have to go buy a new fairing if you don't want to, because they're a huge amount of money. Okay, enough talk. Thanks for tuning in. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Give us a comment below. Let us know what else you want us to take on as far as some of the basics. Next time we'll be doing some chain maintenance, and until then, you know the deal. Ride safe and keep wrenching. Cheers.